Dear students, welcome to the third session of our chapter 7 Equilibrium. Today we will discuss about the acids and bases. We have to learn in this chapter the three concepts. So as we know that acids and bases we learned in grade 10. How we can define an acid is a substance which has a sour taste and base is a substance which has a bitter taste. And along with that, the litmus test we are doing, and we can identify whether that is acid or base. Now here we are learning the concepts. The three concepts are Arrhenius concept, Lowry-Bronsted concept, and Lewis concept. And according to that three laws or three concepts, we have to define the acids and bases. Let's see the first one, Arrhenius concept of acids and bases. According to Arrhenius theory, acids are substances that dissociate in water to give hydrogen ions, and the bases are that produce hydroxyl ions, that is OH minus ion. So according to the Arrhenius concept, which gives the H plus ion and OH minus ions, they are said to be the acids and bases. Let's see an example. The ionization of an acid like HX we are taking. How we can represent HX gives, after dissociation it will be H plus X minus. Or if it is in the aqueous medium, we can write HX plus H2 gives H3O plus X minus. H3O plus is said to be what? Hydronium ion. Why? Because H plus is very reactive and it cannot exist freely in the aqueous solutions. Or we can say it as a bare proton. Thus, it bonds to the oxygen atom of a solvent water molecule to give trigonal pyramidal hydronium ion, which is said to be H3O plus ion, or it can be written as what? H2O plus. Similarly, a base molecule like MOH, M is a metal. If it ionizes in aqueous solution, then we will get what? MOH gives M plus OH minus. Let us discuss the second concept, that is Bronsted-Lowry concept of acids and bases. And according to this theory, how we can define an acid and base? Acid is a substance that is capable of donating a hydrogen ion, and bases are substances which is capable of accepting a hydrogen ion. In short, how we can explain is the acids are proton donors and bases are proton acceptors. Now let us consider an example of dissolution of ammonia in water, and it can be represented in the following equation. That is NH3 plus H2O gives NH4 plus OH minus. You can see here the arrow is given from NH3 to NH4 plus. It adds up a proton. A H plus ion is added to this ammonia and it becomes NH4 plus. While H2O is losing one proton and becoming what? OH minus. So who will be acting as the acid and base? When water loses one proton, it can be acting as what? An acid, and the ammonia which is accepting a proton is acting as a base. You can see in this reaction the water molecule acts as a proton donor and ammonia acts as a proton acceptor. So they are said to be what? Lowry-Bronsted acid and base. In the reverse reaction, that is NH4 plus OH minus gives NH3 plus H2. The H plus is transferred from NH4 plus to OH minus. And in that case, NH4 plus will be acting as a acid, while OH minus will be acting as a Bronsted base. The acid and base pair that differs only by one proton is called a conjugate acid base pair. If only one of the proton is just adding and accepting, then we have to say that type of acid and base conjugate acid base pair. Now here OH minus is called the conjugate base of the acid water, and NH4 plus is called the conjugate acid of the base NH3. If the Bronsted acid is a strong acid, then its conjugate base is a weak base, and vice versa. This point we have to keep in mind. Let's consider one more example of the ionization of hydrochloric acid in water. So how we can write the equation? HCl plus H2O giving H3O plus Cl minus. Here HCl is acting as an acid by donating a proton to water molecule, which acts as a base. In this reaction we can see that HCl is converted to Cl minus and H2O is converted to H3O plus. So H2O adds up one proton, so it will be acting as a base, and HCl, it is losing one proton, so it will be acting as a acid. Here water acts as a base because it accepts the proton. The species is produced when water accepts a proton from HCl. Therefore, Cl minus is a conjugate base of HCl, and HCl is the conjugate acid of the base Cl minus. Similarly, water is a conjugate base of an acid H3O plus, and H3O plus is a conjugate acid of the base H2O. So these things you have to just keep in mind in the forward direction, which will be acting as the acid and base, or that the conjugate acid and base will be the acid and bases for the other side. So according to that, that means we have to see that where the proton is accepting, it will be acting as the base, and where it is losing, it will be acting as the acid. That point we have to keep in mind. And only one proton transfer is there. Either the loss or gain is there, then we have to say that type of acid and base, conjugate acid base pair. Now let's see the third type of concept, that is Lewis concept of acid and base. And according to Lewis concept, an acid is a species which accepts the electron pair, and base which donates an electron pair. So here we are talking about the electrons. So who is accepting the electron pair, it is said to be acid, and which is donating the electron pair, it is said to be the base. And a typical example is given for this type of acid and base is the deficient species, that is electron deficient species BF3 with NH3. BF3, that is boron trifluoride, does not have a proton. You can see here H is not there, but still it acts as an acid. Why? Because the electron is what? Either the donation of electron pair is there, or the acceptance is there, which reacts with ammonia by accepting its lone pair of electron. The reaction can be represented by this equation. You can see here BF3 plus NH3 giving a combined compound, that is BF3NH3. How it formed? BF3. BF3, boron is having only 3 electrons in the valence shell, and fluorine, all the 3 fluorines are taking that one. But when you take the central atom boron, it's what? The octet is not complete. Whereas in the ammonia, the nitrogen will be having a pair of electron, or lone pair is there. That electron is donated to what? To the boron. So that what happens? So that it forms a bond there, right? It's a coordinate bond. So electron deficient species like AlCl3, cobalt 3 plus, Mg2 plus, etc. can be acting as the Lewis acids while the species like water, ammonia, OH minus, etc., which can donate a pair of electrons, can act as Lewis bases. So we have to keep in mind the electron pair donation where it is said to be the base, and pair acceptance, it is said to be the acid. So these are the three concepts. Next we have to see the ionization of the acids and bases. Strong acids like perchloric acid, that is HClO4, hydrochloric acid, hydrobromic acid, hydroiodic acid, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, these are said to be strong because they are completely dissociated into their constituent ions in the aqueous medium, and they will be acting as what? Proton donors. So this is said to be what? The strong acids. Similarly, if we say about the strong bases like lithium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, cesium hydroxide, barium hydroxide, they are completely dissociated into ions in the aqueous medium, and they give what? Hydroxyl ions, OH minus ions. So they are said to be what? Strong bases. And we know that Arrhenius concept, they are strong acids and bases. Why? Because they dissociate to give either the H plus or the H3O plus ion and OH minus ion in the aqueous medium. Now let's see the ionization constant of water and its ionic product. Some substances like water are unique. Why? Because they have the ability to act both as an acid as well as a base. In pure water, one water molecule donates proton and acts as an acid. Another water molecule accepts a proton and acts as a base at the same time. So we can say that water is acting as base as well as acid. The following equilibrium we can see: H2O plus H2O. One is acid, one is base. Why? Because one is accepting and the other one is donating. So it changes to H3O plus OH minus. The dissociation constant can be represented by the following equation, that is K is equal to H3O plus molar concentration of H3O plus into molar concentration of OH minus divided by molar concentration of H2O. For this forward reaction and backward reaction we are writing, right? So when we write this expression for the dissociation constant, the concentration of the water is omitted from the denominator. We are removing the denominator, the molar concentration of water, as the water is a pure liquid and its concentration remains constant. So we don't want that molar concentration of water there. So H molar concentration of water is incorporated within the equilibrium constant to give a new equilibrium constant, which is said to be Kw, and it is said to be the ionic product of water. Ionic product of water. So how we can write that one? Kw is equal to molar concentration of H plus into molar concentration of OH minus ion, and this is said to be the ionic product of water, and Kw is the equilibrium ionization constant of water. We can distinguish acidic, neutral and basic aqueous solutions by the relative values of H3O plus and OH minus concentrations. If it is acidic, then the molar concentration of hydronium ion will be greater than the hydroxyl ion's molar concentration. If it is neutral, the molar concentration of H3O plus is equal to what? Molar concentration of OH minus. And if it is basic, the hydronium ion's molar concentration will be less than the molar concentration of OH minus ion. This way we can distinguish the acidic, neutral and basic aqueous solutions. Thank you. We'll continue in the next session.